Now, Cyril Meehan, you become a bit of a writer,
Kinda.
bit of a personality around the country, yeah.
Well, I'm not a writer. I have a load of stories, and that's what I've done. I put them into a book. I don't consider myself really to be a writer as such.
And you're a member of the Garda Síochána.
I was a member of the Guards, and I wrote one book. The first book was about the funny experiences of being in the Guards,
Yeah.
the ideal Guard, and it sold very well. As I went into third print, it's still for sale. So I found when I was being interviewed, most people wanted to know about the serious side of the Guards. So I went back and I wrote the second book, the current book that's only out a couple of months,
Come on.
in dark blue, and it's doing fabulous all around the country. And I was on Joe Duffy yesterday, and it's gone ape since that. I've none left. There's more coming from the printers, and so it should be good in the new year as well.
And what prompted you to get into the writing?
Believe it or not, when my father retired from the Guards, he was interviewed in the local radio, and he was asked about had he any funny story, and he was kind of stumped. He couldn't think of one off the cuff. So I remember thinking, that won't happen to me. I'm going to kind of keep bullet points of incidents that happened throughout my career. And anyways, I was keeping a diary since I was 16 years of age of everything that I did, so I had a sort of a record of the whole lot done anyway.
So you kept a reasonably good diary then, you did,
Yeah.
over the years, yeah. And was it hard to start off now? And
Not particularly. I think what you have to do is like eating an elephant in small bites. You just do paragraphs, and then you decide where to put them, and then all of a sudden you have a chapter. And there's a bit of juggling around to be done, but it's manageable. Anyone could do it,
And how long did it take to do?
The second one took longer. That should have been out last Christmas, but for one reason or another, was other people involved in one thing or another. It just didn't get off the ground. But the first book I did it very quickly within less than a year, I think.
And you're disciplined writer. Would you need to be disciplined?
I was disciplined really with both of them, I think. Once I got into it, I stuck with it, yeah.
And do you self-publish a thing, do you?
The first one I didn't. I did with Covey Publications. Liam McNally helped me out with that one and got me into the whole thing and how it worked and how it was done. And with the second one, I was abroad. I had to really manage it myself, so I did everything myself. I designed. That was my idea. The photograph. My nephew Paul Meehan took that photograph, and I went and dealt with the printers and the distribution all around the country myself. So it's in 58 bookshops throughout the country, and can be bought direct on cyrilmeehan.com.
And is there much controversial stuff in there now?
It's full of it. It's full of it, actually. It is.
You haven't got into hot water over it yet, no?
Not yet, but you see, it's a slow burner. A lot of people have bought it, but they haven't opened it yet.
Yeah.
I'd say now on the Christmas and the New Year, there might be a few sparks flying.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's good too.
Well, it's good to have a hobby like that.
Yeah, so it's interesting.
Have you a number 3 planned yet?
I'm thinking about a travel book about the dark shadows over Europe still, from the history of the last 100 or 2 years, what I've experienced from travelling throughout Europe the last couple of years, and some of the crazy people I've met.
You're a Garda sergeant, eh?
Detective Garda.
Detective Garda sergeant, eh? And you do a lot of travel.
Done a lot of travel the last few years. I've done all of Europe, bar maybe 3 or 4 countries. I've worked in them, or else I've stayed in them. I've driven through them. I've swam in them. I've eaten in them. I've drank in them. I've danced in them. I've done it all with Europe, I must say.
And have you kept a diary?
I have kept a diary of that too. That's so. Watch this space.
It's going to be a travel book.
You think so? Maybe that's the next one.